All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Warren Winters. I am a Master Gardener from the 2023 class, and we're here to figure out what we can do with bamboo out in the garden. All right, so when I'm preparing bamboo, I'll go out and I'll cut the bamboo, I'll clean it all up, and then I'll lay it somewhere in the yard because you want it to dry out some. It's good to process it while it's green because when you're trying to process it when it's brown, when you start cutting it, it just kind of collapses on you. So cutting everything green makes it a whole lot nicer. So, and what I do is I'll go and I'll process a whole bunch of bamboo. I'll lay them out in the different lengths so I know what I want to use when you're building a trellis. So today we're going to just do two basic trellis types. Ones that you probably see all the time in a garden. The tripod, the standard tripod, everyone's seen those? Yeah. So you want to pick out 3 similar sized bamboo, like so. That's about a good one. And then you're going to take some cordage, and you can use a lot of different types. It depends on how long you want it to last, and if you're just going to use it for a season, you don't need anything very strong. This is nylon string. I like it because it's strong. I don't like it because it frays real quick. So it just depends on what you want to use. You can, but you're going to cut so much of it. I mean, you'd have to have a fire going completely, every single time. So if you want it to last a little longer, like if you're going to use it for multiple seasons, the wire twine that you can get at the Home Depot, you can get it in different sizes. You want to get the one that's easy to bend and twist and tie up. But I'm not going to use that today. So you're just going to wrap your bamboo half notch, and then I do a full. All right, and you can take that, you spread them out for whatever size you want, and then I'll take another couple pieces and I'll tie the top up to secure it a little bit more.
And you dig a hole and then push them down in it?
Yeah, so you can dig a hole and sink them, or another option is you can just kind of put them in by hand and then take another piece. I'm trying to take this guy. And you can take your knife and you can kind of angle it, and you can set these in here, and then you can tie it right to that, and that'll stabilize it on the ground. Yeah. And it's all renewable. So you can tie this guy, and then what I'll do is I'll just go around the different bamboos and just kind of tighten them up so they don't go anywhere. And again, the better cord I like is it's got kind of a plastic filament in there, because when you start to tighten them, they cinch down a little tighter, but this still works. That's your basic tripod.
And what would you use that for?
Like if you have a vine or a plant that you want that's going to grow straight up. Now this is just remember, this is just your standard tripod. If you want to reinforce this and make this stronger, then you want to start looking at tying pieces here and then over there. And then that also gives more things for the vines to climb on as you go along. We're not going to do that because I'm going to do it over here on this one. So we're going to take this guy, and we're going to place this over here. All right. And then we're going to do another one real quick.
Warren, can you zip tie?
Yes, yes. You can use zip ties as well. Actually, they'll hold up a whole lot longer. Yeah.
You would need a pretty good size weapon.
All right. Then you got tripod number 3, or number 2. And then these will be your standard if you want to kind of, for pigeon peas or beans or anything like that. But then you can expand on this. That's what I like about this. You can just expand. So let's say you have tomatoes. So you can take this guy and put it up here. All right, so for tomatoes, you can expand it by putting a ridge pole, and then you can continue to make these tripods and spread your as far as you want. And then what you can do is you can just take a piece of string, tie it off at the top, and then as your tomatoes start to grow, you just tie it and wrap it around the string. All right, so that's your bait. And like I said, the you want to stabilize them. These aren't very stable by themselves, so I would end up taking more bamboo, and I'll just tie them on here like that, and just go around 3 levels, go around, and then that'll stabilize the whole thing. You can take one of these and just and then tie it to that. Yeah, yeah. And here's a tip that I've learned. You want, when you're preparing your bamboo, you want to try to cut them at those nodes, cut them above them, because ants love to find holes, and they'll find one that's completely open, and they'll go build a nest right inside there. So either cut them above it so there's a solid piece underneath there, or just go through and I'll just put silicone or something in there just to seal it so they don't.
So with every node it's solid?
Yeah, every node here, it's solid in there. So I'll just cut it above.
Okay.
That way there's a solid piece in there. Yeah. So that's your standard tripod. Then you can move on to the ladder. It's basically a ladder design that we're going to do. But it really depends on what are you using it for. You're going to build this around what you're using it for. This one here, for the ladder, same concept. You're going to take you're going to take your string. You're going to find your piece, roughly the same size. And then what I'll end up doing, bamboo, it likes to slide on you. So if you take it and you wrap it around and make kind of a slip knot. All right, like so. And these are the 2 basic style trellises. So the next thing is, this doesn't come like this. You actually have to prepare your bamboo. I'm going to show you real quick on how quick and easy that is. So if you have bamboo in your property, it's a great tool to use. When you cut it down, it looks like this. All right. So there's a couple different options that you can do. You can take your clippers and you can just go along and cut them like that. You can use something a little bit more. You can make quick work of that. Or if you like the old hand method, like so, I'll drag it down, I'll size it up. As you come down and you're cleaning these, you can leave like if you're doing it for peas, leaving these little guys here, they love that. They'll grab a hold of this stuff and just pull themselves right up. And if you leave it like that, that'll be a great pea pole if you wanted to use it for peas. And that's just out of 1 piece of bamboo. I will take all this stuff and I'll pile it and let the leaves and everything die off on it, and it'll dry up, because we all don't use big plants. If you're using little pots, this will dry up, and this will be perfect for sticking in a small plant and tying something up to get it to where it weathers off. And there you go. little bamboo. So, and also I love the leaf litter because as you can see, there's not a lot of weeding around bamboo. It's because the leaves basically just smother all the weeds. But here again, if you want to do a smaller trellis, you can use any of that stuff. Also, if you wanted to build a round, like the front entrance, an arbor, yeah, pick them green, clean them up, and then at the end, you can kind of curl them, stake them to the ground, and hold them and let them dry out that way. So when they dry, now you've already got your arch built, and then if you do a couple of them like that, you can just kind of build them. So you put 2 on this side, space out about a foot, put another 2, and then you start building your lattice all the way around. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show today, unless you have questions.
That's great.